was Barbara Fischer.
Barbara Fischer?
Fischer.
Okay.
Aus Schweidnitz, Schlesien, Mittelstraße 12.
And what was formerly Poland?
What's Germany formerly? Now
Oh,
Poland.
formerly Germany, now Poland. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. And when your family was displaced, where did you go?
I left in January the 21st, 1945. Then it was already, might say, the Russians were right on the edge of town, and several of us did not want to fall into the hands there. So we got on our bicycles, took a few of the belongings, just one set of whatever we had, and took off. No money, no nothing, no food, no nothing. We just took off. And we went out we rode about maybe 6-7 miles or maybe more in the mountains. There we felt we were safer, but as we got on the mountains, on each side of the road there were German soldiers with the Panzerfaust.
Yeah.
With tank
grenades.
Yeah.
Bazookas.
Bazookas.
That's what they call
for the enemy. Yeah. And so therefore we didn't feel too good about it. And the friend what was with me, she saw her brother on that day. That was the last time she ever saw her brother. He was missing in action after that.
Wow.
We left.
He was a soldier?
Yeah, he was a soldier in the German army. When of course, she passed away too. But like I'm saying is, we went then further on, and then we went to the Czechoslovakian border, went to Friedland, is another town. And as we got close by there were concentration camp, and German police or whoever it was, the SS, halt, stop. It's forbidden to be coming closer to there. If you do, you get shot.
So that was before the Russians took those camps then?
The Russians hadn't gotten that far. We were ahead of them.
And it was the Russian soldiers, not Polish soldiers, that evicted you from your house?
There weren't any Polish
yeah.
soldiers.
It was Russian.
Yeah.
Russians.
Yeah.
Okay, ask her how old she was at this time.
Oh yeah, tell again.
That was all Russians first.
Right. Tell again how old you were at this time. And
I was at this time I was about let me see what.
You said you were born in 1925?
41. I was 17.
17, okay.
Callie's age, her age.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty wild.
I was.
Callie, you hear this
from... all on myself, on my own. I didn't know who my parents were. I didn't know my sister and brother. I couldn't find them. So I was by myself. And I kept on going till I got to Bavaria.
So you weren't even with, say, other citizens from your city, your town? You were totally by yourself, period?
No, I had a friend with me.
Oh, that's right.
I had a friend with me, but we were together till we got to Bavaria. So as we were quartered in, because the war then ending in 45, and suddenly one day, we were there, Lauterhofen and the Oberpfalz. We were quartered there. And they didn't want to take us either. She shipped us around for a whole week before they found us a place. And then when we got there, we had to sleep in a guest house on the floor. They put straw down there and sleep on the floor. About maybe 45 people in one room.
Wow.
One very funny.
And you, no, I would imagine not. And you were, during that journey, having to forage for food, for meals, and trying to...
When it's coming for... Then finally the military came in, and I go and beg.
Which military?
The Americans came in.
Oh, okay.
And so when they had the mess hall and got through eating, I'm going to look because there were so many elderly people and they didn't have no food. We were hungry. I go in the garbage can, I throw a piece of chicken away, and the sergeant comes along and says, "Hey, Shorty, what you doing?" I said, "I'm getting bones for my dog." I was telling a story. And he said, hey, you're not getting bones for the dog. He said, and I told him, I said, I have a lot of hungry people here, women and children mostly, and elderly lot. And I said, they're all hungry.
My mom
and I said,
helped feed them.
I'm really looking for food for them. So he said, what about waiting till we get through and what is left over, and if you help clean up in here with a few more ladies, I got a few more organized. There were about 4 of us then, and I got all the food I wanted and I distributed all over to the refugees what didn't have no food. And so that kept us going, but they only stayed for about 5 days and then they moved on. Then came black ones. And we were scared of them. We all ran and hid because we didn't know what.
You never seen black people before?
No,
Never saw them.
And we hid. I wouldn't go out for a bucket. I was going to get some water. I dropped the bucket right in the middle of the road and run and hid. And I would not go out the whole time while they were there.
Yeah.
But finally they moved on. And then the town was clear. And I thought to myself, well, what are you going to do now? They're all gone. We don't have no more food.
And this was still in Czechoslovakia?
No, that was in Bavaria. We already going into Bavaria.
Okay.
Or the Czechs would give us nothing.
Yeah.
In matter of fact, the Czechman was going to kill me in Breslau when we still were at home. We had to dig trenches for tank traps. And I was in front of him and he was shoveling in the back of me. He was going to hit me with a shovel right across the head, and somebody said, jump! And I did, or I would have probably been dead and not here today.
Wow.
Just because they hated Germans, people.
Wow.
They didn't like Germans at all. But
so let's backtrack to before the war, because you were saying a little bit about when you were growing up in Germany before the war, and who the leaders were.
When we were small children, we didn't realize really, till you got about when you got about 12 years old, we saw a lot of troop transports and all of this going on. We thought, hey, what's going on? And we were all wondering what's going to happen.
And this was before Hitler was in power?
And that was in 1938. But then in 1939, the Blitzkrieg started.
Yeah, Poland.
They went into Poland and took Poland.
Right.
And in 1 week they had it overrun. Then that wasn't enough for Hitler. He got into Russia then,
Yeah.
But for us it was torture. We had to do slave labor and all that sort of good stuff and keep everything going.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, we got shot by the German SS.
Wow.
Because they didn't have no mercy. They were just like the ISIS.
So do you have some earlier memories of your childhood before, say, Hitler rose to power, and what life was like during that time? What are your earliest memories as a young child?
Well, the earliest memories were when Hitler came on the line. He was making all kinds of speeches because most of the German people were for him, and they put all these stickers on. Everything was decorated up with those things, garlands on the fences and everywhere. They just thought he was a savior or something, or a god, And
like Obama.
But anyway, and it kept on getting worse and worse and worse. Finally, they said, well, we couldn't do certain things in church. We couldn't have this. We couldn't have that. And we had to go underground on the end of it.
Do you remember more specifically some of those changes about freedoms that were taken away?
Yes.
What were some more specific things?
Some of the freedoms was taken away when we could not have any prayer in school anymore. We could not, if we was caught going to church, they would haul us out. We had to do some other work.
They would haul you out of a church service?
Yes, sir.
And what, they would just throw you on the street or take you to prison? Or
no, they'd take us out in the fields and give us a hoe. And then the Sunday clothes and the church clothes, we had the hoe. In Germany, they raise a lot of sugar beets and stuff like that. They have to be hoed, you know, by hand. Well, anyway, that's what they did. Or we had to peel potatoes or stuff like that. And then we had to, when we greet somebody on the street, we had to say Heil Hitler and raise our hand. I wouldn't do that. So I always went out of the way so I wouldn't have to do it.
Right.
Because I didn't want to.
Wow. What else do you remember?
Oh, there's so many things. You would have to ask.
Ask specifics.
Let's see. I remember you mentioning two, I guess, presidents or chancellors or just leaders of Germany before Hitler. What were their names?
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg, okay. And I think you said one that started with an L?
Ludendorff.
Yeah, Ludendorff.
Ludendorff, okay. What, do you have any memories of them? You
No.
don't have any memories of them? Okay.
Well, they was sort of, I don't know, they really weren't people-oriented either.
Really?
They, you know, they were in the military and they did their thing, but they never did come in contact.
Okay, ask her specifically about the bombing of Germany. That was a big thing.
Were you in a town that was bombed during the
Yes.
war?
Yes.
Okay, well, what memories do you have? Was there air raid sirens
Yes,
and a
we had
ward?
air
And
raids,
where did you go to take shelter?
In the cellar in the houses.
Okay.
They all had under cellars in the old houses what they built in Germany. And they were pretty sturdy if the bombs weren't too big. But
Right.
if they were big, sometimes once in a while one goes all the way through down the bottom, and then everybody would be killed.
Yeah.
You know, I had a friend I went to school with. She had gone down in the cellar and a bomb all went down in there, and she had black hair, and when she came out after all that happened, she was gray-headed.
From the coal ash, or just
No.
seriously her hair?
This
From
stress.
fear and stress.
Fear.
Wow.
It could do it too.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She might same age like me, about 18.
Wow.
It can happen, they said.
Wow.
I've heard incidences of that.
Instantly, when she was never normal after that.
That is something.
Okay, tell about the time that, was it your girlfriend when the airplane came
Yeah.
over
Oh,
and
yeah.
killed her?
In my hometown, she was my best friend. The Russians had taken over the airfield and took German planes. They got in them and was flying in raids over the city. And she was in a living room, standing by the window, and underneath the crib with her little nephew and her sister, and her mother were in there too. And they got her. They came over the house and shot with a machine gun direct into that window. Killed her. She fell with the window frame, all of it down the street because it was on the second floor. It hit through the house, hit her mother in the shoulder, and destroyed her whole shoulder and arm, and killed her other sister. Only one sister was left, and the baby.
Wow.
And the baby and the sister they put her on a train, on a Red Cross train, and we never found out where they went.
How about that?
That was it.
Wow.
So,
we've got a few minutes left. It is Christmas time. Let's turn to a lighter, maybe happier subject. And do you have memories of Christmas time in Germany as
yeah.
a child? And what were some of the Christmas memories you have? Good
oh,
ones.
the
Good memories.
The Christmas memories, we had Christmas. Most of the time we had snow. We get a midnight mass with the lantern out in the snow and go to church. And everything is sort of dark. And they had two pretty nice trees. And as soon as we got in there, they started singing Glory, Hallelujah, and the lights came on, and everything lit up. And the choir was singing, and it was really, it just took nearly, I mean, you thought you were in a different country and in a different land, or you were in heaven, or something like that.
Right.
Christmas traditions were better over there than here.
Well, what were some other traditions, Christmas traditions you remember?
They prepare before Christmas, and they call it Advent.
Yeah.
So they have big Advent calendars hanging everywhere in store windows, and then you open up a little window every day till Christmas Day, and you get every time a piece of chocolate candy or something.
Yeah.
And till Christmas Eve, you know.
Right.
And that's an old tradition what's been there for hundreds of years. And you can make your own if you wanted to, but most of the time you can buy it.
Now, when you were a child, were you allowed to see the Christmas tree decorated?
No.
No.
It was a secret. Dad would do that, and the door would be locked, and the tree would be we saw the tree trimmed outside, but when it got in there to be decorated, we didn't get to see it, but sometimes we were trying to look to the keyhole and see what it was.
What kind of decorations, ornaments did you put on Christmas trees?
Old-timey German Christmas decorations, beautiful. We had some really, my dad really was a good decorator. He made them beautiful. And we had real wax candles with...
Real wax candles with a real fire. Did you light it on the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the real fir tree.
Now, did you have the glass-blown ornaments or handcrafted wood ornaments or both? Or
some of them were glass-blown and some of them were painted, like they looked like aluminum, different shapes, forms, and fashions, you know.
Yeah.
So, similar to like the little blue balls, round balls, we had them in all different sizes. But Christmas was the most nicest family thing for the whole year. The families all got together. If you had grandmas or friends, they would come. We always had a good Christmas.
Did you open your presents on Christmas Eve?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did that in our family.
Mm-hmm. What were some of your favorite Christmas foods?
My favorite Christmas food was goose.
Roast goose, okay.
Roast goose.
Okay. Let's see. What about Stollen?
Stollen. I still got one here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I bought one.
Was there a particular Christmas candy that?
Oh yeah.
What were some of the candies?
The candy was kind of a sugar kernel with holes in them. You put a hanger on and put them on the tree. And we were allowed to choose every day one from the tree.
I love that.
I never heard
like that. Huh.
And when all the candy were off the tree, then Dad would take the tree down.
Oh.
Now, was there a tradition about a pickle?
No.
You didn't have the Christmas tree pickle?
No.
Okay. There's a different part of Germany. Yeah.
We didn't have any of this.
Of that. Okay.
But we had generally a nice Christmas tree and beautiful decorations, and it was always very festive.
Do you have a favorite Christmas carol or song that you have?
My favorite Christmas carol was Leise rieselt der Schnee and Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht.
And can you sing as much of that as you can remember now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can't sing anymore.
Don't worry about it.
Just say the words. Just say the words.
Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wacht. Nur das hochheilige Paar, Hirtenknabe im lockigen Haar, Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe, Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe.
I thought that was pretty good.
Und dann der andere Song ist Leise rieselt der Schnee, still und starr lugt der See, weihnachtlich glänzet der Wald. Freue dich, Christkind, komm bald.
Was that part of Silent Night, or was that a different song?
No, that's a different song.
It's a different song, okay.
It goes like, Leise rieselt der Schnee, still und starr ruht der See, weihnachtlich glänzet der Wald, freue dich, Christkind, komm bald.
That was good. That was very good. Okay, now I want to talk about something funny.
Okay.
Tell me as much as you can remember, as many things as you can name, of the kind of mischief that Mike got into when he was a little boy.
Oh.
You sit down over there. Callie can block his face, so he can't send her signals.
Mike had a friend Frank Wood, these two were inseparable.
Junie.
One son, Wilbur Jr., yes.
Junie.
And
Junie.
And anyway, one Sunday morning, we were ready to go to church. And in them days, we burned coal stove. And we had cleaned out the coal stove and put that black suit right by the side of the road to be picked up. Wilbur Jr. got Mike's cap, filled that full of soot and set it on top of his head, and all that stuff ran down on me. He had a white shirt on and a nice jacket and everything.
She didn't like him after that.
And I was angry. I had to take him in, clean, take everything off of him because everything was dirty. When I ran Junie, I ran him home and told him never come into this place.
Ooh.
3 days later, he was right back.
That's you.
That didn't last long.
Then,
So that's what Junie did to Mike, but what were some things that Mike did?
well, I don't know what Mike ever did to him.
No. I mean, it didn't have to be about that. In general, was there a particular misbehavior that Mike would always do that you'd always get on him about?
Oh yeah, he would do danger things. I come one day from work.
Ooh, this will be good.
Mike sits way up in the tree in the very, very top and says, "Hi, Mama." And I said, "Mike, what you doing up there? Come down." And I called him so easy and let him come down. And when he come down, he got flocked.
Will you please explain what flocked is? What flogged is?
Thanks. And then one day he did the same thing again. I was reading the paper under the tree, and he was playing, I don't know what. He tied his belt to a limb on the loop of blue jeans and fell right on top of me.
That was smart.
That's just around the corner in the next block in that area.
Now, right now, Mike is being kind enough to. I have 4 daughters, and Callie is the oldest. And for both her sanity and mine, Mike has agreed to help her learn to drive.
Oh.
Oh yes. Now, Mike says that you helped him learn to drive.
Well, I can't drive. I don't know who helped Mike.
So have you ridden with Mike while he was driving?
No.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
So was there any stories you've heard people tell of when they rode with Mike?
No.
No?
No.
Oh my goodness. You must have called her ahead of time.
He covered that. He probably hid it from us.
Well, he likes to say how he would kind of get going fast, and you would tell him to slow down.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
Could you please put yourself back in that memory and say it just the same way you told it to him? Do you remember? With just as much feeling. I'm about to run out of tape in about 10 seconds.
Well, I always told Mike to just slow it down and don't get in a hurry because you get in trouble.
Well, she would say it different.
Thank you very much.